Hello. Quick snippet for our next Future of Work episode. A very unknown but very definitely felt reality of moving from an in-office, in-person team to a virtual team is all about communication. And this is actually recurring research that we as an organization discover over and over again when we work with companies. To date, we've worked with over 5,000 companies, and so our sample size in terms of this data and research is pretty significant. And the number one change that you see inside a team when it moves from in-person, in-office to remote is approximately a 25% increase in communication overhead. Now, stop and pause and take that in for a moment. If the average working day is 8 hours, which is what it's supposed to be, but the reality on the ground, again, looking at data, is that the majority of people work anywhere between 10 and 12 hours a day, particularly in the US. EU numbers differ slightly for that. And if you then just take it on an 8-hour working day, that is an increase of 2 hours in communication overhead. That's significant, and it really, really impacts the individual. And it highlights what a lot of us are feeling on the ground, but can't necessarily name and specifically point out. And it's that communication overhead, because a lot of communication happens through body language and, very importantly, also through information that is simply absorbed and taken in at a subconscious level in an in-person environment. And when you're in a fully virtual environment, all of that contextual information and communication that was happening at a subconscious level actually has to now move into a conscious level. And therefore, that communication overhead increases dramatically. And so as a business leader, my challenge to you for the week is to really consider the impact that that is having on your team, but also to take it one step further and not just consider the impact, but also how individuals need to be retrained and made aware of this reality. And then most importantly, how do your internal communication systems need to change and evolve to adapt to that new reality that we currently face?